another MMA Breakdown podcast. So did you guys hear that Pat Barry basically exited out of his UFC contract because he said he's sick of the wrestling and the grappling because he's really not that great at the grappling game and he wants to focus on more kickboxing, something more like Glory, you know, the new kickboxing organization, and I think he'd be good at it because he did fight in K1 kickboxing, and he was a decent K1 kickboxer, and he's a great kickboxer for the MMA game, but he just sucks when he gets to the grappling. So what do you think if he goes into Glory? Because he wasn't great at all in the wrestling or the jiu-jitsu part. Because if someone took him down, let's say Cain Velasquez took him down, he would be out of his element and he couldn't really get up or do much. So I think that's where he's headed. Anthony Rumble Johnson signs with the UFC to fight Phil Davis at UFC 172. Coming off 6 straight wins since his UFC released in 2012, former welterweight Anthony Rumble Johnson is 16-4, returning to the octagon on April 26th against top lightweight, against light heavyweight contender Phil Davis, which is a 12-1-1 no contest. Since leaving the UFC, Anthony Rumble Johnson has defeated the likes of Andre Arlovski and Mike Kyle. Under the World Series of Fighting banner, he was released from the UFC following a January 2012 loss to Vitor Belfort, which was changed to a catchweight after Anthony Rumble Johnson missed weight by 11 pounds. So he is a beast. He has a hard time even making 205 sometimes, but I just think this dude, here's what Anthony Rumble Johnson, I've heard, he likes to bulk up as much as he can and then lose weight. He actually looked good against Andre Arlovski at heavyweight. He actually looked like he fit heavyweight, but against somebody like Phil Davis, which is a very great wrestler, I think he's going to have his hands full, but Phil Davis better not be getting clipped because he can get knocked out. And what's next for Alistair Overeem? A lot of people are speculating the only thing left for Alistair Overeem would be him fighting Junior Dos Santos because they had beef in the past, and there's really nobody at the top level besides the champion that he could fight. And I don't think he's ready for a title shot, but he did play it safe in that fight where he picked his punches, and they were really hard punches. And I knew he was going to beat Frank Mir, but did I really want Frank Mir to go out and get his ass whooped like he did? Nah, I think Frank Mir has really a lot of heart and was doing what he had to do. He was pressuring the action, trying to do stuff, but I just think Frank Mir needs to give it up. But Alistair Overeem, if you want to check him out on the MMA Hour, he was on there, and I'll put a link in the description box so you guys can check that out. But I really do think Alistair Overeem will be fighting for a title very soon if he can beat Junior Dos Santos. I think that would be a great fight. Alistair Overeem is a better grappler than Junior Dos Santos. Who's a better kickboxer? I would give it to Alistair. I'm not an Alistair fan, and I'm not a Junior Dos Santos fan, but I think that would be basically a great kickboxing fight, to be honest with you guys. So Joseph Benavidez will try to bounce back from his UFC on Fox 9 flyweight title loss and compete at UFC 176. Do you guys think Joseph Benavidez is number 2 in the world? Or is he the guy that can actually beat Demetrius Johnson? So, I'm going to end the podcast right now, but I just want to let you guys know what is next for Uriah Faber. Uriah Faber got another crack at the UFC's bantamweight title at UFC 169 against Barao, and once again, he lost. Going back to November 2008, Uriah Faber is 9-0 in fights, which...
My other hand, the guy's punching me in the forearm and the hand. What else is he supposed to do there? I mean,
maybe get up. Maybe they wanted to see him try to get up, I guess. I don't know. He was totally with it. I think that...
So, like the MMA nuts were basically saying, was Uriah Faber getting screwed in this fight? Did Herb Dean make the right call? And some people were saying he had his hand like this, and he was actually hitting his hand and not hitting him in the head. And he actually at one point had his thumbs up saying, no, I'm ready, I'm still in the fight. But Herb Dean said, intelligently defend yourself. Intelligently defend yourself. When someone's bombing on you and hitting you in the head, your natural reaction is to do this. And maybe Herb Dean wanted him to try to stand up. And it was right when Herb Dean stopped the fight. You could see Uriah Faber got up and he was like, what? Wait, what? Why are you stopping the fight? I'm still in it. So, in the comment section below, do you think Uriah Faber was still in the fight? Uriah Faber got screwed? Or, it was a justifiable call because he was just going to continuously get bombed on the bottom, on the ground. So, with that being said, this is today's, MMA Breakdown podcast. And I just want to say one thing, guys. These are just a bunch of news topics, but the end is still what I think was happening. I said this in my full fight recap of UFC 169 that I thought Uriah Faber justifiably got stopped, but when I went back and rewatched the fight, you can actually clearly see he was defending himself. He basically was like this, and right when Herb Dean stopped the fight, he kind of went up like he was getting ready to get up, but I can see why Herb Dean, what he had to do, and Herb Dean probably was like, well, we already seen you getting rocked and shoved around and basically knocked out, but I don't know, man. I think Uriah Faber kind of got screwed, but if there is an automatic rematch, I think that is something that needs to be said and needs to happen, and I think Uriah Faber needs to come out and be very, very fucking aggressive because there's no way to beat Renan Barao if you're not aggressive, because Renan Barao is one of those dudes that is very aggressive. If you're not aggressive, you basically get beat down. And Uriah Faber basically suffered the consequences. But it is kind of bad that Herb Dean did stop the fight prematurely. See you guys in the next podcast. Bye-bye.